Hey guys, welcome back. Today on Ask Nutrish Mish, we are going over a really good one. It is how do I actually become that person that likes exercise? I was never that person for the longest time, but I have 3 tips that have made me into an exercise person, and I'm telling you, if it made me into one, I can definitely make you into one with these 3 tips. So make sure that you are following, you're subscribed, all those good things, and make sure you watch until the very end because the 3rd tip I think is my very favorite one. So yes, I'm a nutritionist. However, I was never, like I said, the kind of person that liked exercise. I know I'm a nutritionist, but look, we don't naturally like everything. So these 3 tips, as I learned them, really took me from somebody who felt like exercise was a chore. I was always kind of doing it for weight loss. It was almost like a reward not to do it, to now somebody who does it every single day. And I never thought I was going to be that person. I promise you. I was never the person that was going to be like, oh, I'm going to exercise to not be stressed anymore. That was not me. So if I was able to do it for myself, I can definitely help you with these 3 tips. Tip number 1, don't be strict on your definition of what you have to do for exercise. Typically when we get into an exercise routine, or we're trying to, we say things like, we're gonna go to the gym 3 times this week or 4 times this week, or I'm gonna work out every single day. You put these kind of unrealistic expectations on yourself, or maybe they are realistic, but then what happens is the second that you miss that mark, all of a sudden you're not in your routine anymore, and then it's so easy to fall out of it. It's very similar to what we say at Nutrish Mish, where you don't have to eat perfectly to lose weight, right? You can have your indulgences here and there, just about how many you can get away with and still hit your goals. But as long as it's better than your body's used to, you're always gonna see results. The exact same thing goes for exercise. As long as it's better than your body's used to, you're always going to see results. So instead of being I'm going to exercise 2 times a week or 3 times a week or 4 times a week, it might be better to say, my goal is to be an active person, or my goal is to consistently work out. Don't put that number to it so much, because sometimes when you miss that mark, it just doesn't manage your expectations well, and then you feel like you failed when you really didn't. Tip number 2 is find your exercise style. And what I mean by that is you need to figure out what you actually like. So some people like to go to a gym. Some people like to get out of the house. Some people don't like to get out of the house at all. Some people, going out of the house is such an inconvenience that when they decide that they want to sign up for a gym, that's a barrier. You want to create as little barriers as possible. So if that sounds like somebody like you might want to have something that you can do at home, be it a video or your own cardio equipment, whatever it may be. The key with this is you don't want to fit a square peg into a round hole. You want to find the style that you like. So the different categories of that could be, do you like exercising at home, or do you like going somewhere to exercise and getting out of the house? Do you like exercising in a group, or do you like doing it by yourself? Do you like somebody telling you what to do, working with a trainer, or do you kind of figuring it out on your own? Or lastly, it could be, do you enjoy doing more cardio, or do you enjoy doing more strength? You want to kind of find what you like, and once you find what you like, it's so much easier to stick to it because you're in a groove. Now that being said, that could be dynamic as well. You might find that in the winter you prefer not leaving your house and you prefer working out from home more, and then in the summer where it's not freezing and cold and dark, you might like to get out and go to in a gym environment. You can have different tools in your toolbox as far as that goes, but the most important thing is finding something that you like, not forcing yourself to do something that you don't really enjoy or not getting the most benefit from. Tip number 3, don't make it a chore and don't make it about weight loss. Make it about something that you actually enjoy. Here's what I mean by that. First thing, if it's just another thing you have to do on your to-do list, right? You don't really notice a benefit from it. You don't really feel now then it becomes a reward not to do it. I started consistently exercising when I noticed how much better I felt and how much more productive I was during the day when I did exercise. Doing it for weight loss is tough too, because we're expecting instant gratification nowadays, right? And you don't finish up at the gym and then all of a sudden you lose 2 pounds. If you did, you'd be exercising all the time. So you're not going to get instant gratification, and you have enough things on your to-do list, you can't make it a chore. So what you want to do is you want to make it about something you really like. So this was so key for me when I was first getting into an exercise routine. What started working for me is I love Housewives of anything. I'm a Bravo fanatic. I love trashy TV, but not everybody in my house loves trashy TV. I get it. It's an acquired taste. I understand. But I really want to watch my shows, right? So what I started doing is I had, all my apps or whatever on my phone or my iPad. So I started bringing that to the gym with me downstairs, and I would just watch that, my Housewives show, while I was on the treadmill. And then an hour actually went by in no time because I was really engaged with the show. So now it started becoming about watching the show for me and less about exercise. So I started associating those two. Plus then you add the endorphin hit that you get after exercise and how much more productive I felt. That's when I really started to like it. So I highly recommend, especially if you're doing cardio, a TV show, a really great podcast, or an audiobook, or a killer playlist. That's been my thing lately, is I love putting together really amazing music and just kind of zoning out and exercising that way. But I'm so excited about the audiobook or the podcast or the playlist or the TV show that the fact that I'm exercising doesn't even really register to me. And that's how I started getting my routine together. So those were the tips that worked for me. I would love to hear what worked for you guys as far as what got you into a good exercise routine. So please comment below. I want to hear what worked for you guys. Let's keep adding to this list for the people that need help. And if it's something you need a little extra help with, click the link in the description and you could work with us at Nutrish Mish. This is exactly what we do. We could help you accomplish any health or weight loss goal that you're looking to do for this year.